There was a big fight announcement. Caleb Plant and Jermall Charlo returning May 31st right here in Mandalay Bay and Las Vegas. Caleb Plant's got Armado, Resendiz, and Jermall Charlo has Thomas Lamana.
Cornflake.
Cornflake?
Yeah.
Then what
After Guido, we had Guido last week. We got Cornflake now. The Guineas are coming back, Sean.
Well, Jermall Charlo's coming back against Thomas Lamana. That kid's 39-5. He's been stopped 3 times. But he's a crafty, long, kind of funky style kind of guy. What do you think about Lamana?
He's Italian, so of course he's got a shot, Sean. Come on. What kind of question is that? No, I think
my bad.
No, I'm kidding. But no, I have to do more tape study on Thomas Lamana. I think the most notable recent fight he had was Lara, where I believe Lara won that fight by knockout. So
like the first round, I think. So
yeah. So I got to watch the tape, but he fits the bill on paper as an opponent that is beatable for Charlo. See what Charlo has back. A lot of fans not loving this doubleheader at all. They feel like this is a fight they'd have been more interested in a couple years ago, and Charlo has no momentum. But Berlanga did turn. We don't know. But Berlanga is a free agent who didn't rush to the Caleb Plant fight, and Caleb seems to be itching to fight him, and not the other way around. So you got to work with the cards you're dealt. These are 2 of the more known names still in the PBC roster. So they're putting together what they can. And I totally understand why the fans aren't excited for this doubleheader. But the best you can hope for is they both look good and they reignite interest in that fight, because that fight, even if Charlo doesn't have momentum, he's undefeated, still hasn't taken an L yet. And they got that outside the ring drama that already gives you some personality to the fight. So
right.
Yeah, this hinges on Charlo, man. Can Charlo make anybody a believer again in this doubleheader? If he does, then I think we'll like the Plant Charlo fight. So
yeah, man. But listen, if you were fighting names like this, guys like this, 3 or 4 times a year, if you were coming off of a fight in December and you're getting this one in May, I don't know or think that people could really argue with this fight. You're getting in the ring, you're giving people the entertainment that they seek from you, and on top of that, you're building to a bigger fight with Caleb Plant. So, I really don't want to get into the dramatic side of anything, but I think that that's a fight that's still there, especially for both those guys. If both those guys still want it, then it has to be made. I prefer the fight with Caleb Plant and Edgar Berlanga. I just think that that's the energy all the way around. But again, Berlanga's been busy. Caleb's been a little more busy, especially than Jermall. Jermall comes out and he has a big time performance against Lamana. Listen, you do what you have to do with who they put in front of you, and that's something that again, I can go on and on and on about these other sports. Whether the Browns are gonna win against Kansas City. Kansas City's known for pummeling everybody. You're not going to go to the game because they're going to beat the Browns? No, you're still going to go to the game. You're still going to enjoy it, So you don't always get the name that you want, but it's entertainment. The thing is, the Chiefs are playing every single week. So they've entertained you every single week. The boxing, these guys got to get in the ring more. Every couple of months. Not every 6 months, not every 10 months, every couple of months. 3 or 4 months, you should be ready to go back. Shouldn't, especially at the top level. At the top level, you should be able to fight. 3 times a year, every 4 to 5 months. So, what about Resendiz, real quick?
Gotta watch my tape on him too.
Okay, understood. Yeah, I watched a little bit.
Go off top. Yeah,
I watched a little bit coming into this. He's right there for Plant to hit.
Yep.
He ain't going nowhere for a number of rounds. And I think that both these fights are designed to make both these guys look good. So
yeah, showcase fights, and then hopefully they both, with the hope that they both look spectacular, and then build up the fight. Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with a showcase fight. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
People will scoff at it now, Sean, but I really thought around 2015, 16, 17, when he knocked out J-Rock and was coming to 160, I really thought he had a great chance to beat Canelo and Golovkin in those days. he had one of the best jabs in boxing around that time, and had great size, power. He was heavy-handed, could counterpunch, could shoulder roll a little bit, like when he shoulder rolled into the uppercut knockout of J-Rock. He's been, one of my big what ifs. I really wish his career. I really wish he would have gone a different direction with his career, because I saw a fighter years ago who had all the tools, man. Size, jab, power, counter, mean. So
I agree. Yep, I agree. He had it all, and you got to find it. I'm 37. That kid got to be a 32, 33 years old, 34 tops. When you're that young, it's still there. You just gotta hone in, and you gotta find it. Gotta find it. And I got faith that both him and his brother, it's some things just take time, but
well, Jermall got there, to his credit. Like Jermall to me is a Hall of Famer. He's one of the great 154s in the history of boxing
because of the accolades.
Yeah, because of the run he put together at 54. He grabbed all 4 belts. He had almost 10 title defenses over 2 reigns. And
wow, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I get it. There's no single name that jumps out. Like, he beat this guy. I get it. But his body of work at 54, you got to put him up there with the greats at 154. So,
oh man, that's a beautiful thing.